how are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
Fat Boy Williams.
Okay. Do you have any children?
Yes, 3.
3 children. Okay. Same mom?
2 different moms.
How old are your kids?
22, 21, 10.
Who has the same mom? The 22 and the 21-year-old?
A 21 and a 10-year-old.
Okay. How has co-parenting been for you? The experience of Well, first of all, are you with any of the moms?
Hell no. Thank God Jesus is real. You take the wheel.
How has co-parenting been?
Shitty as hell. The women are crazy and delusional.
Why would you say that? Give me your experience. Like, what has been the biggest challenge? Let's start with your first child.
The first one, well, really, I just got a DNA test done with her. After 21 years, because her mom was married, I didn't know, and she just put the child on her husband. And I seen her a couple of times, asking her to just try to get a DNA test, and she told me I wasn't going to mess up her marriage. But
So you knew about the child when she got pregnant?
yeah, the mom told me immediately right away.
Okay. And you just weren't sure, or you just knew automatically that the child? Well, you figured automatically that the child belonged to the husband, or you thought it was yours? How did that work?
She told me it was mine, but she was gonna put it on her husband. But like I told her, man, let's take a DNA test to get this shit. Make sure everything is right. Because I want to raise my child. I want to raise all my kids.
And why do you think it took so long for you to get an actual DNA test?
Because women are evil as fuck.
But you gotta expand. Like, why do you say that? What exactly happened as to why? Because
Her whole thing was I wasn't gonna mess up her marriage and her happy life, her family, whatever. But in reality, the dude had been left her maybe 6 years, 7 years, at least 7 years ago. So.
But she still hadn't reached out to you.
No, and I seen her a couple times, and I was like, let's try to get a DNA test done, and so we can see what's what. But to no avail.
Okay, so how did you go about actually getting the DNA test? And she kept rejecting it. How did you get the DNA test?
Well, I was good friends with her family, and I rode by her mom's house one day. He was going to pick up my son from school, and I seen a teenager's looking car, So I wrote down the tag number and got the information, and found her address. Went over there, left a note on the car, and tried to have her to call me. But the funny thing is, the mom found a note and called me and pretended to be her.
Pretended to be the child?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
The mom pretended to be her and called me and said she didn't want to have a DNA test done, and don't bother her no more. Don't call the phone. Don't try to reach out to her. So about a month went by. I guess she guilty conscience. She gave the child the note with my number on it, and she ended up calling me, and within a week's time, we got the DNA test done. A month later, when the results came in, it was 99.99% that I was the father. So, you know what I mean?
And how has it been since then? Did your daughter automatically fall right in and fell into your arms, or was there resistance? What happened?
No resistance at all. She was all in, you know what I mean? Especially when she got the DNA test done. We had been communicating after that for a while, about a month or so. And then when the results came in, it was official. She was overjoyed because she even told me she felt like she didn't belong with the current family situation that she was in. So she just said she just felt out of place. And then when she met me, she had all my traits and characteristics and things I like to do already, you know? So it was like my baby, you know?
So how has co-parenting been with her?
It's been rough because well, my oldest, he's 21 now, and the baby, he's still in school. But I have issues with his educational process because I'm really not home all the time, but I get, you know, I call him every day, FaceTime and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not with him 24. So he's been lacking in school, and the mom said she's clearly not helping him. So, you know, it's like party.
Okay. So are you on child support, or you guys work something out between yourselves that works for you guys?
No child support. We work something out. So I just make sure I take care of him. I buy all his school stuff. I buy everything he need. If he called me, he need it, I get it. I give her a couple dollars every week, or at least twice a month. So, you know.
Okay, so you're not on child support, but how do you feel about child support in itself?
I feel that if the man is taking care of the child, buying everything he needs, buying the child everything they need, or the children whatever they need, and spending time with them, it shouldn't be child support. But if the man is not taking care of his responsibility, then of course it should be child support, you know? Because sometimes, you know, the guys, they have these kids, but they don't take care of them. But you know, I wouldn't say it was a man, if I say guys. So a real man gonna take care of their responsibilities.
Okay. What about DNA testing? Do you think it should be mandatory
Immediately. The women with a lot of God, and that's why Jesus is Mary. You know what I mean? So it should be mandatory. I don't care if you're married or not. You know, it should be mandatory, and that'll cut down on a lot of foolishness. Cause like with my first child's mother, she was married. And if a DNA was done at the birth, that man could have saved a lot of time, 21 years out of his life, for taking care of another man's child, you know? I feel bad for the guy. My apologies to him. I messed up, she messed up, but I didn't know at first that she was married, so it is what it is. Nothing I can do about that.
Do you think paternity fraud should be punishable by the law?
Oh, man, immediately, soon as, especially if like in my current situation with my oldest, the mother should have been arrested for fraud. She frauded that man out of his life and his time. He could have been with somebody else.
So yeah, because that was going to be my next question. Do you think the punishment should be jail or like reimbursement or fines, like something?
It could be reimbursement or fines. It goes to the extent of how far this bitch lied. Excuse my French, but you know what I mean. Like if she lied continuously throughout the child's life, and it's been over 5 years, it should something should be done. Either some type of money back or jail time or something got to be done, because when guys don't pay child support, they get their license taken away, their passport, they even get jail time. So you know what I mean. So it should be equally handed out to the woman that's lied and defrauded these men.
Yes, because she not only, I heard you say that she robbed her husband, but she robbed you and she robbed your daughter.
Yeah, of precious time. You know what I mean? And you can't get
to
time.
To save face, to keep a happy family.
Yeah, to make herself look like a saint, but in reality, when that reality kick in, it's a different ballgame. You know what I mean?
Why do you think men shy away from family court? Why do you think men don't go to court and stand up for themselves and, get shared custody or something like that? Why do you think that?
For the most part, being a black man, I know black men, when they hear court, it's just something about it to them. It's not a good situation most of the time for them. As a black man going to court or for anything, it's usually not a good situation for them, especially with the way pertaining to child support and all that kind of stuff. It's a good chance they go lose a lot of money coming in to their household because they're no longer with said parent, the other parent. So and a lot of these women be vindictive and evil and using the kids as pawns to get money, to make sure they can go on their trip, get their hair and nails done, you know what I mean, and take care of they new dude.
Is there anything in hindsight, they say hindsight is 20/20, looking back, is there anything that you would have done differently, or how do you think you could have improved your situation?
It was a blessing to have to be a father, but I wouldn't even mess with those women if I knew what I know now. You know what I mean? Because as I got older, I've learned that that your sexual energy is very precious, and I believe that you transfer your energy into the woman's when you guys are intimate. So I would save my energy for somebody that really deserved it.
Okay. Any last words? Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you do want to share? Because part of the reason for this project is for me to encourage men to be more present in their children's lives and stand up for them and go to court and do what they need to do. So anything else that you want to share that I didn't ask?
It's a myth that black men don't take care of their kids, and that's a big lie. I just had a father's breakfast at my son's elementary school on Friday, and it was over 200 dads at that school. So just the myth and the lies that they portray that black men don't take care of their kids and all that kind of stuff. That's a huge lie. We have to do better and help each other with these kids, because a lot of times your homie or your partner, they locked up. So you should be reaching out. If that's really your homie or your partner, you should be reaching out, helping out with his kids. You know what I mean? Not trying to have sex with the baby mama, just there for their kids and help him with the process of you being incarcerated or whatever. You know what I mean? Because these kids ain't learning proper manhood or street code. That's why it's so much killing, and most of the kids now are killers. The youth, 21 and under. So ain't nobody guiding them. Ain't nobody showing them the light. You know what I mean? Or showing them a different path. So it's that'll be big to have these other guys at least look out for their partner's sons, especially young men. Teach them how to be men, and being around the little girls, that's something iffy, but you know what I mean. But if your partner got boys, and you should be there to look out for them, take them to their games, pick them up, practice, and all that kind of stuff. Just to look out, especially if your son going to the same things, doing the same activities.
Does that conclude everything that you wanted to say?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was